Smackdown Live. Smackdown. It was live or not, I like to say Smackdown Live. It don't matter. Now, you normally don't see me do a Smackdown or a Raw, but I decided to do it because of the final boss. Yeah, I had to do it. Let's go through what I thought of this show. I mean, this is a review. It's not going to be heavily detailed. I don't do play-by-play. If anybody hasn't seen me before, hiya. Next to having little rancy throat, everybody in New York has been getting sick. I just got over a cold in November. And now I'm getting sick again. It sucks. It just sucks. It's so easy to get sick when it's almost 15 to 20 degrees in New York. Anyway, what do we get in this show? We got stuff building into Elimination Chamber next week. Now, is it all great? It's not bad, but it's still questionable in certain things. Let's go to... What do I really think about Drew facing Jimmy Uso? Let's make this very clear. Do I think Jimmy's better than Jay? No. Jay's been heavily developed compared to Jimmy. But do I believe Jimmy is not bad? He isn't bad. His ring work has gotten better. Because that ring work he did with Jay in WrestleMania sucked. But you can see he's putting in an effort. You can see also the way he's talking is better. Let's make it very clear. Jay is different than Jimmy, how they talk. You could tell the difference between the two. And I can say this. Do I care about Jay? Yes. Do I care about Jimmy? No. Mainly due to the fact his development has been bad for many months. At least until Roman came back and then his development got better. So at this point now, I still don't really care about him, but it's not because he's just sucked before. It's just that I don't really watch him much. I watch Jay. So it's nothing against Jimmy. I just care more about Jay than I care about Jimmy. And seeing that he did manage to do a victory... He did a victory roll on Drew McIntyre. The match was fine, but he did the victory roll. And he got his butt whooped. Do I care about his getting his ass whooped? I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen between him and Drew McIntyre. I don't know. Is this a holding place? Because we are going to do something with Drew in Elimination Chamber. But the question is going to be, will they drag on after that? I just don't know. Next, Melo and Miz versus... I must have missed something because I know I didn't see SmackDown last week. I just didn't see it. But we got Miz and Melo. What did they call themselves? I don't even know what they're going to call him. Melo Del Miz? Wait, why is Miz working with Carmelo Hayes? That is like one hell of a very strange bedfellows right there. It is strange. It's not even odd couple. It's like weird odd couple. That's what they feel like. It doesn't feel like it should work. And to be honest, it doesn't feel like it's working at all. Maybe they're trying to give Carmelo Hayes something to work with because legitimately he's not really doing anything. He's already done his run with LA Knight. He's already done his run with Andrade. Now they're sticking with Miz. Like, they don't have an idea what to do with him. They legitimately don't know what to do with him. And Miz is Miz. Let's make this very clear. You love the Miz or you hate the Miz or you're somewhat ambivalent about the Miz. Miz is Miz. He will always be what he is. And seeing him working with Carmelo Hayes doesn't feel balanced. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just need more development, which they probably do. This has only been going on for a little while from what I can tell. But then you get... Why? You see R-Truth losing to Carmelo Hayes last week. He acts like he doesn't remember a damn thing. Now you get a tag match with them. And New Orleans Knight, not LA Knight. I'm like, it doesn't really fit. But seeing that he did get some presents and that he's eating something, he's going, hell, this ain't too bad, and gives it to somebody in the crowd, which is all right. I mean, but it's like you let them win. I'm not saying it's good to see Carmelo Hayes winning with The Miz. I don't know how to feel about them. Not that I think they both suck. It's just that they're like the double weird odd couple. The really super weird odd couple. And I don't know if it'll work or not. It still feels like they just stuck them together because they really didn't know what to do with The Miz. And Carmelo Hayes, they want to do something with him. So sticking with a 3-time Grand Slam champion, you think you'll get gold out of it. I don't know if you will. I just don't know. Next, you got Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae. We got Tiffany talking in the beginning. And, well, maybe I should crank back a little bit. What did I think of the vid pack for Tiffany and Charlotte? I'm making it very clear. Tiffany, at this point, there's only one outcome in WrestleMania. Only one. She has to win. If you guys say no, she doesn't need to win, legitimately do not understand. We've seen enough of Charlotte. It makes no difference if you like Charlotte or if you love Charlotte or you hate her. She must put over Tiffany. It's as simple as that. Because as it stands, if Charlotte wins, it will be a travesty of justice that this woman who's only been pushed because of her dad, and I don't take anything away from her wrestling, but I state this again, where no one has ever questioned me because they know I'm truthful. Charlotte's a good wrestler, but she cannot put other people over. She can only put herself over. When it comes to working with other people, she's not her father. He had the ability, a rare gift in pro wrestling, to get anyone over. It didn't make a difference if he was a broomstick. Rick could get them over. And you can say, well, Rick is nothing but a piece of garbage. You know what he did? It makes no difference about what he did in the background on a plane, in a car, or a bus. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, can he get another wrestler over? And Rick had that rare gift that he could get literally anyone over if he was interested. Charlotte just doesn't have that gift. And they're saying that she is such an incredible wrestler, a 14-time champ. No, she's not a great wrestler. She's a good wrestler that has worked with great wrestlers. You can say a lot, but she's worked with the best wrestlers, and they didn't need to get over by her. She got herself over, and they did the rest. Becky, Bayley, Sasha, Asuka, Ronda Rousey to a certain extent, Rhea Ripley on her own when they let her get over. That's what it comes down to. She's worked with great wrestlers. They're here. She's here. I'm sorry. Looking at Charlotte at commentary with her face angled, you can see she got some plastic surgery done. You can see that she's done everything she can to make herself stay young. Look, Charlotte's already nearing 40. You could tell it's beginning to show. I mean, I'm over 50. I know it shows. But the point is, seeing Charlotte there, her vid pack, and then when the match was over and it was pretty much Nia Jax making it that Tiffany, even though she won the match, was not going to win the match because she's going to be basically destroyed along with Trish Stratus because they're going to have a match at Elimination Chamber. A tag match, not a title match. It's a tag match. But after it's over, she walks into the ring in her high heels that are like this tall. Girl's already tall. She's even taller. And she stands pointing at the WrestleMania sign. I'm like, she's got to lose. I'm sorry. I don't care if Alex wants her to win. I don't care if JD wants her to win. I don't care if Solomon wants her to win. Let's make this very clear. You want to set up the next generation? You must make someone who's been put over more than anyone job for people. And if she wins that title, I give my word, I will rant until she loses it. And she should lose it. Because it's wrong for her to get it. She should have never won Royal Rumble. She should not win WrestleMania. And she should drop it if she did. Moving on. What did I think of Naomi versus Liv Morgan? The question still comes. Who is the one who attacked a Jade Cargill? My guess, Jade is coming back by WrestleMania. If she's recovered enough from her injuries. Because I don't expect her to come back at Elimination Chamber. It doesn't really make much sense for her to come back. Even though they've shown the footage of Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. And then the fight before that match. And there was no match. It feels like they're setting up for pretty much for WrestleMania for her to come back. Flat out, she comes back, and then she takes care of the real person who attacked her. Either it is Naomi, or it's going to be Bianca Belair. It's going to be one of the two. So that's what we got. Now, DIY versus... Let me give it to you like this. Do I care about Pretty Deadly? No. Have they tried to do something with them now? Yes. I'm fine with that. Seeing that this is not about Pretty Deadly getting over, it's about the Street Profits getting over and destroying the entire division, which is about 3 teams at this point. Not talking about the Viking Raiders or the War Raiders and anyone else that's on the main roster. But seeing that the Street Profits are being pushed is a good thing because they need to push them. You got guys that are way bigger than everyone else they just destroyed. Why not push them? Because it'll make the division feel more important. Because there was no Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Akam and Razor are gone as well. So there's no more Authors of Pain. They're the only big team there is, and you got to use them to make the smaller teams have to struggle. Because if we're going to do what AEW does, and it makes no difference about your size, it gets boring very quickly. Sometimes you need a big team to destroy smaller teams. It just needs to happen sometimes. Not every time, but it's sometimes. Okay, Jacob Fatu and Solo, who finally came back and got switched out because Jacob rather face Damian Priest. And are we still doing Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu? I don't know why. But they decided to take out Tama Tonga and put Solo in that position because they're trying to set up some type of friction. Let me give it to you like this. The match was fine. Solo gets kicked in the face and he eats the pin. Now the question is, what did they do with Solo? What did they do with Jacob, particularly with Jacob, because he's way over than Solo and Tama Tonga. What did they do with them? I don't know. Don't know what they're going to do. I have this strange feeling that you're going to see Solo switch back to a face. Well, he was never a face in the first place. But he's going to switch to face and may work with Jimmy. Because that's what I had this feeling when it comes to Jimmy. He feels like he needs something. Not saying he hasn't done well. He's talking better, easily. And he's wrestling better. But I'm wondering because of dealing with Drew that Solo's going to save his older brother. That's how it feels. Now, I've gone through all the matches because only thing I wanted to do was talk about the final thing. The final boss. Now, I will say this. Selena Vega had a nice vid pack. It wasn't too bad, but I don't know where they're going to go with her. But I do know she's going to be happy that her husband, Aleister Black, is back. So that's understandable. Next. What did I think of Sammy and KO? Let me give it to you like this. It's not something different that WWE did before they turned T-code. See, I'm botching here. Because of one reason. When you see this segment, they've done it before. They've done these type of segments before, going to someone's house and filming them. So it's not some, excuse me, not something new. But the question is, what is going to be new in this situation? To be honest, it doesn't feel new. Yes, they're getting an unsanctioned match, but it doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel special. It's good to see they are letting them work together, but it doesn't feel special to me. Something needs to be added to it, like a stipulation. Unless they have Sammy go away for a couple of months and then come back, or they have KO go away for a couple of months and then come back. If they just have the unsanctioned match and nothing happens, it's a waste of time. It feels like it needs more. It's just me, you guys, some below. Let's see. Let me give it to you like this. Final boss segment. What can I say here? What? I can understand the beginning part. Well, I should take that back. In the beginning, it felt a little confusing the way The Rock was talking, because he came out, he talked to the New Orleans fans, screwed with them, and then called out Cody. Said, 1, people don't know this, but we're actual friends because of what happened last year. 2, our mothers are friends. And 3, this is something I want. He talked about what happened in WrestleMania last year and how he got screwed. Well, give it to you like that. He started cursing, and they blurred it out. Well, blurted it out. But the way he started talking seemed to be very long-winded, and then worse yet, it seems like he was just going around in circles at first. And I didn't feel it. Not until he said, when you did what you did, when you changed your fucking mind and fucked up everything, and then smacked me in the face, I respected that. No one's ever done that to me. Actually, some people have done it to him, but you get my point. This is a new era. People wouldn't have seen it, so he's saying it. But the point is, he says, I want you to be something. I want you to be my champion. I want you to be my champion. I want to raise you beyond where you are now. You got people on Twitter or Instagram, whatever. You got millions of people there. I got 500 million. But I want to make you more than me. I want you to get to 1 billion. I want you to be more than me. I want to give you everything you could ever dream of for yourself, your wife, your kid, for the generations after that. I want to give it all to you. There's only one thing you need to do. You need to be my brother, my champion. And I want that. And he points at him and he says, look, you want this title? He says, no. I'm not wanting that title. I want your soul. And I went, what did I just hear? I literally was like this, and I'm going, what did I just hear? He wants his soul. So it's obvious he wants him to sell out, fall in line with the final boss, the High Chief Peter Maivia grandson, and do his bidding whenever he wants. And if he does that, he'll make sure he gets Instagram followers, Twitter followers, maybe Red Sky followers. He'll go through TV shows. He'll probably get movie possibilities. He's saying he wants to give him everything that he has, but double it. But the price will be that he's got to be his boy. Sell out. No matter if you keep the title or not, I want you to do what I want. As the director of TKO Group Holdings, I want you to do what I want. And they're kind of playing into something that I believe JD talked about a while ago, because JD did say this. He believes, sorry about that. I forgot I had an alarm on to remind me to do a video. Because I was going to do a video after this one, which I am planning to do. I want to remind myself, and I forgot to turn off the alarm. But JD talked about possibly The Rock wanting to buy WWE, It is hard to think The Rock wants to buy WWE away from Ari Emanuel where he will not sell it. I don't believe Ari will ever sell it as long as it's making money. But it's something he did say. And it looks like they're playing into something that many people have considered that could happen. That one day the Rock is going to say, Ari, sell me this thing. I'll give you a good price for it. He'll put the money together. There you go. There you go. Now I clicked. So it's kind of like he's playing into what he may become one day. The owner of WWE. If he could get Ari to sell it. Because he did talk about Ari. Saying, Ari, you are the best. You own everything. And said, I may own. But you're the one who's WWE. So now this is about The Rock wanting Cody to be his. And Cody has to decide on the pay-per-view, what is he going to do? I'm going to say this. Is this an interesting show? It was alright. But that segment that The Rock did, I know for a fact it's going to make people go, what the blue fuck did I just hear? And they'll say, so he wants to sell out. He wants him to sell out, but it's more like he wants his soul. He wants to have everything that Cody has, which is his soul, and then basically give him everything else. It's like dancing with the devil. I don't know how this is going to play out, but it is something you don't normally hear someone say in wrestling. They want you to sell out, but they don't say, I want your soul. That makes it a little bit different. I don't know what's going to happen. This may be a good one. This may suck. It's going to be how the perception is going to be from the fans. As it stands right now, it's a curiosity more than anything else. But I'm not going to lie. It did sound very confusing at first what The Rock really wanted to say. Now, was he trying to do that on purpose? Possibly. But at this point, did they really need to do this? And if they did, what will be the outcome? Will it be The Rock going against Cody for the title at WrestleMania? Don't know. Because I don't think it's going to be Cody going against Roman Reigns again. It probably will be The Rock going against Cody. But this is just me. Peace.